I still remember the exact moment my own mother looked me in the eyes and said, "You're the deadbeat of this family." The words hit harder than any slap ever could. I was 27, living in a tiny studio apartment that smelled like old takeout. And every holiday dinner felt like a trial where I was already guilty that my name is Kayla. Growing up, I was the quiet one, the dreamer, while my older sister Vanessa shone like a spotlight, straight A student. Beauty pageant queen, married the perfect man, I stumbled. I dropped out of college when the anxiety got too loud, worked dead-end jobs, and couldn't seem to keep my head above water. To them, I was the failure, the cautionary tale they told their friends about. Every Christmas, every birthday, the same whispers. Poor Vanessa. Having a sister like that. Honestly, Kayla just needs to get her life together. Even my dad, who used to sneak me candy when I was little, stopped looking at me with pride. I became invisible, unless they needed someone to feel better than. But what nobody knew, what I kept locked away like a shameful secret, was that for 8 years I had been disappearing for months at a time. No social media, no phone calls, just a duffel bag and a one-way ticket. I told them I was bumming around Europe or finding myself. The truth was so much bigger, and I was terrified they'd never believe me if I told them dot so. I let them believe I was nothing. I smiled through the insults. I laughed when they joked that the only uniform I'd ever wear was a fast food apron. I swallowed every tear until my heart felt like glass about to shatter. The reunion that changed everything was supposed to be like all the others, forced smiles. Too much wine and me shrinking smaller with every toast in Vanessa's honor. Her husband, Commander Ryan Hayes, was coming home from his latest deployment, a man so decorated his dress whites looked like a Christmas tree of medals. Everyone kept saying how proud we all must be. I was proud. God, I was proud of him, but I was also tired. Tired of pretending I was the family disgrace. As I stood in the backyard that afternoon, watching them set up the welcome home banner for Ryan, I made a decision. This time I wasn't going to hide anymore. The party started the way they always did. My aunt cornered me by the chips. "Still no real job, Kayla? At your age?" My cousin laughed. "Maybe if you tried harder." Even Vanessa, my own sister, gave me that pity smile that cut deeper than anger ever could. Then the front door opened, and Ryan walked in wearing his navy dress blues. The whole backyard went silent for a second before erupting in cheers. My mom started crying. Dad shook his hand like he was meeting the president. Vanessa ran into his arms. I hung back, clutching my soda, feeling smaller than ever. When the noise finally settled, Ryan scanned the crowd. His eyes locked on me across the patio, and then something happened that made every single person freeze. He walked straight toward me. Not toward my parents. Not toward Vanessa, me. He stopped 2 feet away, came to perfect attention, and snapped the sharpest salute I have ever seen in my life. My mother actually dropped her glass. It shattered on the concrete. "Captain Kayla Morrison," Ryan said, voice steady and loud enough for everyone to hear, "on behalf of a grateful nation, thank you for your service." You could have heard a pin drop. I felt my legs shake. For 8 years, I had been Lieutenant Commander Kayla Morrison, United States Navy Special Warfare Operator, deployed more times than I can count on two hands. Recipient of awards I never told a soul about because I was terrified my family would call me a liar. I had chosen to keep it secret because I didn't want their pity when I left, and I didn't want their pride when I came home broken, but Ryan knew. Of course he knew. He was in the same community. He had recognized me years ago at Vanessa's wedding and kept my secret like the brother. I never had thought my father's face went white. "Captain?" he whispered. Vanessa just stared, mouth open, tears falling for an entirely different reason now. I finally found my voice. At ease, Commander, I said softly. Ryan dropped the salute, but his eyes never left mindful of respect. Full of apology for the years I carried this alone, that's when the dam broke inside me. All the nights I cried myself to sleep in some desert tent, all the times I almost didn't come home, all the medals I hid in a shoebox because my own family thought I was worthless, it all crashed over me at once. Looked at my mother. You called me a deadbeat, I said, voice trembling but steady. Every year you reminded me I was nothing. But while you were judging me, I was serving overseas so you could sleep safely at night. My aunt tried to speak, but no words came. I didn't yell. I didn't need to. The truth was louder than any scream. Ryan stepped forward and placed something in my hand my cover. My officer's hat that I hadn't worn in front of them once. He had brought it from the car, knowing this moment was coming. I put it on, and for the first time in years, I stood tall, one by one. People started clapping, not the polite golf clap of family obligation, but real stunned, thunderous applause. My dad was openly sobbing. Vanessa walked over, eyes red, and whispered, "Why didn't you ever tell us?" "Because you never asked," I answered. "You decided who I was a long time ago. I didn't rub it in. I didn't need to. The salute had already done it. The medals Ryan quietly told them about later Bronze Star with V. Purple Heart, commendations most people only see in movies, did the rest. That night, my mother hugged me so hard I thought my ribs would crack. "I'm so sorry, baby," she kept saying. I didn't know. And for the first time, I let myself cry in her arms, not from pain, but from relief. I wish I could say everything magically fixed itself. It didn't. Some cousins still avoid eye contact. Some apologies feel hollow, but something shifted forever that day. I stopped shrinking. I stopped hiding. Sometimes the sweetest revenge isn't destroying the people who hurt you. Sometimes it's simply letting them see who you really are and watching the shame do the rest. I still go to family gatherings. I still smile and pass the potato salad. But now when someone asks what I do, I don't dodge the question. I look them in the eye and say, I serve. And every time, I remember that salute. One gesture of respect from a brother in arms. That silenced years of lies they told about me. If you're watching this and someone has decided you're less than you are, hold on. Keep going. Your truth has power they can't imagine. One day the moment will come when the mask falls and they'll see you. Really see you. And when they do, stand tall. You've earned it.